Johnny Depp's life has never followed a simple road. Behind the famous face, the unforgettable characters, and the worldwide success has been a journey filled with unexpected turns, difficult moments, personal disappointments, and professional uncertainty. Yet perhaps the most remarkable part of his story is not the number of challenges he has faced, but the way he has continued to move forward after them. Time and again, Depp has found a way to turn difficult chapters into opportunities for reflection, creativity, and renewed determination, leaving fans wondering how every new challenge seems to make him stronger. From the beginning, Depp's path was anything but conventional. He did not enter Hollywood with a perfectly designed plan for becoming one of the world's most recognizable actors. He originally pursued music and moved toward acting almost unexpectedly. His early years were marked by financial uncertainty and an unconventional route into entertainment. Eventually, acting opened doors that music had not, and roles in films such as Edward Scissorhands transformed him from a young performer into a distinctive Hollywood presence. His willingness to choose unusual characters helped establish an identity that was very different from that of a traditional movie star. That willingness to take risks became one of the defining characteristics of his career. While many actors might have chosen predictable roles after achieving popularity, Depp repeatedly gravitated toward complicated, eccentric, and unpredictable characters. His portrayal of Captain Jack Sparrow eventually became a worldwide phenomenon, but his career was never built on one personality alone. He continued exploring dramatically different roles, demonstrating that success did not necessarily have to mean staying inside a comfortable formula. The pressures surrounding extraordinary fame, however, brought another set of challenges. Depp became one of the most photographed and discussed actors in the entertainment world, and public attention followed nearly every part of his life. Interviews, relationships, career decisions, and personal controversies often became subjects of intense public discussion. Such constant attention can create a difficult environment for anyone, particularly someone who has repeatedly expressed a complicated relationship with fame. What makes Depp's journey particularly compelling is the way setbacks have become part of the larger story rather than the final chapter. His career experienced periods when his professional future appeared uncertain, and his highly publicized legal battles created enormous scrutiny. The 2022 defamation trial involving Amber Heard became one of the most closely followed celebrity court cases in recent memory, placing Depp's personal life and reputation under an extraordinary global spotlight. Whatever opinions people may hold about the personalities and events surrounding the case, there is little question that the experience represented a major period of pressure in his public life. Instead of allowing that chapter to define everything that came afterward, Depp gradually returned his attention toward creative work. That transition has become one of the strongest themes surrounding his later career. In recent years, he has continued working in film and music, demonstrating that his creative ambitions did not disappear during the most difficult periods of his life. His resilience has not necessarily meant pretending that painful experiences never happened. Rather, it has appeared in his willingness to keep creating despite them. That distinction is important. Strength does not always look like confidence, celebration, or victory. Sometimes strength means simply continuing when circumstances have become exhausting. Depp's story repeatedly illustrates that idea. There have been moments when the public conversation around him seemed louder than his own work. Yet, he continued pursuing artistic projects. His return to major filmmaking has therefore attracted attention, not simply because of celebrity nostalgia, but because it represents another stage in a career that has repeatedly survived dramatic changes. The latest reports surrounding a potential return to the Pirates of the Caribbean universe have added another intriguing chapter. Producer Jerry Bruckheimer has indicated that work is continuing on a sixth film, and that Depp has been in discussions about returning as Captain Jack Sparrow, although the exact nature of any role remains a developing matter. For fans who remember how strongly Depp's performance helped define the franchise, the possibility feels symbolic. After years of uncertainty, the character that became one of the most recognizable parts of his career could potentially become part of his next professional chapter. But Depp's strength cannot be measured only by whether a particular movie happens. The more meaningful story is what he has learned from a career filled with enormous highs and painful lows. His journey demonstrates that a person can lose direction without losing the ability to find it again. A career can slow down without ending. Public criticism can become overwhelming without destroying creativity. A difficult chapter can become part of a much larger story. Another important element of Depp's resilience is his continued connection to art. Acting has always been only one part of his creative identity. Music, painting, and other forms of artistic expression have remained important to him. That broad creative foundation gives him different ways to communicate and remain connected to the world, beyond Hollywood headlines. When one path becomes difficult, another creative door can still remain open. His attitude toward fear and adversity has also attracted attention. Recent discussions of Depp's words about recognizing fear and facing it rather than simply running from it have resonated with audiences because they reflect a broader lesson about courage. Courage is not necessarily the absence of fear. It can mean accepting uncertainty while continuing to move forward. For someone whose life has repeatedly been examined under a public microscope, that idea carries particular weight. Perhaps this is why so many fans continue to feel emotionally connected to Depp. They are not simply watching an actor with a long list of successful films. They are watching a human story that includes mistakes, achievements, disappointment, reinvention, and persistence. His career reminds audiences that people are rarely defined by one moment. They are shaped by everything that comes afterward. There is also something powerful about the fact that Depp has never appeared completely interested in fitting into a conventional Hollywood image. From his earliest years, he was drawn toward individuality. He often chose characters that were strange, damaged, humorous, or misunderstood. That creative instinct may be connected to the resilience that has carried him through difficult periods. Instead of attempting to become someone else, he has generally built his career around being different. As 2026 continues, the next stage of Johnny Depp's professional life remains a subject of intense interest. His upcoming Ebenezer: A Christmas Carol project is another major acting opportunity, while speculation around a possible Pirates return has reignited conversations about Captain Jack Sparrow. These projects do not erase the difficult years behind him, but they demonstrate something important. His story is still being written. The biggest lesson from Depp's journey may therefore be surprisingly simple. Life does not become easier merely because someone becomes successful. Fame does not protect a person from heartbreak, uncertainty, criticism, or disappointment. Sometimes the higher a person climbs, the more visible every struggle becomes. What matters is what happens after the fall. For Johnny Depp, every difficult chapter has become another test of endurance. Some chapters changed his career, some changed his public image, and others forced him to reconsider what truly matters. Yet he continues to create, perform, and look toward the future. That persistence may be the most powerful part of his story. Johnny Depp's life has never been only about Hollywood victories. It is a story about surviving uncertainty and continuing to search for meaning through creativity. The challenges have undoubtedly left their marks, but they have also helped shape a more experienced and determined artist. And perhaps that is why, after so many unexpected turns, fans remain fascinated by what comes next. The greatest mystery is no longer whether Johnny Depp has faced difficult times. It is how much stronger he can become because he refused to let those difficult times become the end of his story. Respected. Viewers, take care of yourself and yours. I will see you next time. Good luck and have a nice day. Subscribe the channel. Thanks by Team Celebrity Aura signing off.